Baby Dynamite. 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 Baby
Baby Dynamite. Yeah. Baby Dynamite.
Baby Dynamite. Baby Dynamite. Baby Dynamite. Baby Dynamite. Baby Dynamite. Baby Dynamite. Baby Dynamite. Baby Dynamite. Baby Dynamite. Baby Dynamite. Baby Dynamite. Baby Dynamite. Baby Dynamite. Baby Dynamite. Baby Dynamite. Baby Dynamite. Baby
Baby Dynamite. Yeah. Baby Dynamite.
Okay, good morning Manila and of course good afternoon LA, and kung nasang part man kayo ng mundo, hello to everybody. Welcome to another special episode of Baby Dynamite Talks. I am Rica, Aquino, your Baby Dynamite and host for today, and with me hosting also is Direk Brian Yalung. Hello Direk.
Hello, good morning, Rica. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, of
This
course.
promised to be a very interesting boxing talk.
Right? Oo, madami. Madami tayong pag-uusapan.
Madami.
And today is a special episode. We are so lucky kasi first time mangyayari to ever to have these four superstars with us. We call them Hollywood's Pinoy boxing stars. Hindi ko napapatagalin pa kasi itong mga ito, dinadala nila ang bandila natin and they are making each of us proud sa LA, Direk. They are in LA. First off, we have, of course, former national team coach. He was also a coach for the LA Olympics and the SEA Games. We have with us Coach Lucas Sugar. Hi, Coach.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you, Coach Sugar. Next off, we have another A-list coach, former professional boxer, and of course, also a coach at Team MP. I'm sorry, Coach Ernel Fontanilla.
Maraming salamat sa inyong paglagay nyo sa amin dito.
Yes, thank you, Coach Ernel. And of course, the nightmare. Ito na, Ang ating
Thank you
boxing
po.
superstar, the former WBO World Bantamweight Champion of the World, Champ Marlon Tapales.
Thank you po sa pagsali sa amin dito.
Nako, kami ang dapat magpasalamat, Champ. Next off, the Hurricane. Ito na. Grabe yung mga ring name nila, no? Nakakasindak. The Hurricane. He is the WBC NABF Super Flyweight Champion. Of course, Champ Jade Bornea.
Hello, good morning po sa lahat. Thank you sa...
Yun, nako, I'm so happy, Direk. We have with us, I'm so starstruck. I can't even think of what to say, kaya ikaw na mauna, Direk. Maybe you have questions for our special guests today.
Linawin lang natin na baka akala nila mga artista itong mga kasama natin sa Hollywood stars.
Malapit na.
Mga boxer po tumang to. Eventually, baka maging artista sila.
Yes, correct.
Anyway, let's start things off. Kumustahin natin sila.
Yes.
Kasi alam naman natin, we're all dealing with this pandemic. So, iba yung sitwasyon din sa LA, iba rin sa Philippines. Let's start with Coach Sugar.
LA, from what we always hear and see sa social media, is in a better shape because pandemic-wise, we only have to social distance, we only have to wear a mask, wala yung mga ACQ, whatever, walang restriction in terms of travel. So, unlike the Philippines na pag-landing mo, mayroong mga forced quarantine in a certain hotel daw, and then you have to pay for your hotel and food, and you cannot really go out. So, para kang nakakulong at your expense, which makes it worse. So, I don't blame or put down the situation there, but it's not a good one in the Philippines. We are a lot better situation here. So sila Champ Marlon at si Champ Jade, kami ni Coach Ernel, we're lucky and blessed to be here in LA.
Kaya naman Coach Ernel.
Mas masaya kami na nandyan yung dalawang superstar natin na ano. So, at nag-enjoy po kami sa ginagawa namin ngayon dito.
Mas ano ba? Stress-free ba dyan, Coach?
Yes. Yeah. Yun nga, pag nasa gym kami, parang wala kaming iniintindi or, something. If you can go outside, I think you can may pandemic. Pero pagdating sa gym, wala na.
Ikaw, Coach Marlon, Idol Marlon pala. Mukhang kanina hype na hype ka eh. Mukhang mas relax ka dyan eh.
Hinihintay ko lang yung turno ko.
Mental
preparedness
ba?
Opo, maayos dito kasi kumpara syempre dyan sa Pilipinas, mahirap kasi kahit na pagpunta mo pa lang sa gym, marami nang hihingin sa'yo na quarantine pass, ang ganon. Dito, ayos talaga kasi may kumplito ka lang ng vaccine or may mask ka lang, ayos na. Makakapasok ka na, yun. Maka-training ka, yun. Yun po.
Ikaw, Champ J.
Dito maluwag na kaya parang para sa amin as a boxer yung namin relax kasi hindi maigpit ba gano'n. Nagagawa namin yung gusto namin, nakatakbo kami sa kasi tawag dyan, pwede na kahit hindi magmas, mag-jogging medyo yan.
So, yun nga sabi nyo nga, di ba? Parang dyan, parang less kayo may iniisip. Parang mas masarap pag-training. Ano yung the best thing na sa training nyo? Bukod sa mental, dyan sa LA? Kung na hindi yung makukuha sa Pilipinas. Siguro, Jade, sa'yo naman. Balik tayo.
Sa akin, kumbaga, kung dito kasi kami, parang mas naka-advance na kasi hindi na kami manibago. Pag may, halimbawa, may laro kami bigla-bigla, para sa amin, advantage na kami kasi nandito na kami. Saka yung ginagawa namin dito, focus lang talaga sa training. Walang ibang ginagawa, puro training lang.
Ikaw, Marlon, ganun ba?
Opo, yun lang. Yun din po. Kapag training kami na nasa oras, saka magagawa namin kung ano yung gusto naming training sa gym. Kasi yan, hindi na higpit dito. Yun po.
Coach Ernel, has this helped a lot? I mean, when you train the boxers, kumbaga, has this helped a lot? Malaki pagkakaiba ba to? Yung just sa nandiyan kay sa LA, kumbaga, mas na-execute nyo yung mga game plan, yung mga practice.
Yes. Kasi po, kasi pag dito, ibang disiplina. At saka hindi na mahirap yun yung dalawang boksingero natin dahil sumusunod naman sila sa mga gusto namin dapat ipasunod. So we, madali silang i-train dahil magaling naman yung mga boksingero natin. So
Kayo po, Coach Sugar, same thing ba?
Maraming advantages kung dito sa tingin ko. I strongly believe that dito, you have better nutrition.
Yeah.
You can go buy from different groceries yung mga food na dapat talagang kainin ng boxers. Walang restriction sa travel Pag may sasakyan ka, you just ride and go. Dito, ang facilities also, all of them are open right now. So if you need a facility with weights, equipments, and if you need a track oval, you just go there. You need sparring. If you can find it at Churchill Gym in Santa Monica, you drive to Santa Monica. If there are more sparring mates in Wildcards Hollywood, you go to Hollywood. And then sometimes Brick House will call that they also have sparring mates for our boxers. So walang restrictions sa movement. That's a big plus. Also, boxers who are here already, most of them are enjoying the privilege of an upcoming fight. So they are also willing to help you so that you can help them back in terms of their preparation, which I think is very difficult to achieve in the Philippines right now because of so much protocol and restriction imposed by the government.
Okay, Rica?
I think it's also an advantage na kahit malayo kayo, there are also other Filipinos going back and forth there and are based there actually. So
Marami kami dito ngayon.
Yun nga sir, sa LA we have now we have Jerwin Angcahas, we
Yes.
have Mark Magsayo also. So
Yes.
does that help you at least quell a bit of the homesickness na kahit papaano meron kayong small Filipino community of boxers there?
It does. I cannot speak for the boxers because they have a family, they have children back home. Kami ni Coach Ernel, our families are here, and the American life here in Los Angeles, the American life is basically the same as in New York. Everybody's busy trying to make a living, adapting and adjusting to the pandemic. So having the boxers here is a pleasure for us. It helps us exercise our accumulated knowledge in boxing and practice it. And at the same time, we know we're helping them achieve their dreams to become world champions someday. So maganda para sa amin ni Coach Ernel to. Coach Ernel has got 2 young kids, but we try to help each other to fit our schedules into being able to give the boxers what they need, not what they want, not what they like, but what they need.
Wow. So Coach Sugar and Coach Ernel have been there for quite some time, no? Pero tanungin po natin ang ating mga boxers. Champ Marlon, kamusta naman dyan? May homesickness ba tayong nararamdaman? O parang Pilipinas lang din? Kasi ang dami yung mga Pinoy boxers dyan.
Opo, wala naman po kasi marami naman mga Pinoy dito. Tsaka pag pag pupunta kami sa gym, magti-training kami, magkita-kita kami. So enjoy din, parang yung homesick kasi parang hindi namin iniisip kasi hindi namin iniintindi kasi parang normal lang din para sa akin na kasi trabaho namin to eh. Saka hindi naman ako pwedeng mag-stay din sa pamilya ko kasi kailangan ko mag-travel kasi ito yung trabaho ko. Ito yung kailangan kong gawin para makapagsuporta sa kanila. Kaya enjoy pa rin. Saka nakakausap ko naman sila sa through video call, ganyan. So walang homesick.
Oh, buti na lang, no? May internet na. Kung ito ay mga 1980s, baka mas ramdam natin
Nako,
ng...
ay panahon ko yun, Rica.
Yes,
Napakahirap nung sinabi mong yun.
Magastos
Walang
no,
ganito
coach.
nun, walang ganito. Di ba?
Long distance coach.
PLDT, di ba? Masyadong mahal.
Mahal, opo. Ngayon,
Yes.
online ka lang eh. Pwede ka na mag-FaceTime, di ba, Champ Jade?
Yes, ma'am.
Opo, kamusta
Sobrang
naman
galing.
yung adjustment mo dyan? Ikaw, I think, yung pinaka-bagong dating dyan, di ba, Champ Jade?
Opo. Sa akin ngayon, naka-adjust naman ako. Pero nung una, medyo na-homesick. Pero kailangan lumaban eh. Kaya tuloy lang. Para sa, para sa pamilya.
Malaking bagay ba, Champ Jade, nakasama mo rin si Champ Marlon dyan? Dalawa kayo.
Opo, ma'am. Kasi, siya, veterano na rin. Nakukuha. May nakukuha na rin ako sa kanya. Na-apply ko rin sa sarili ko.
Yun. Veterano ka daw, Champ Marlon. Parang,
Si Coach Ting talaga yung pinaka-veterano. Siya talaga yung may alam.
yes. But
Sige,
of
I'll call you, Champ Marlon, the assistant veteran.
Nako. And of
Si
course,
Coach Ernel, in-escape mo
hindi po, ito na nga. Si Coach Ernel actually, I'm interested because yun nga, you had the life here before you came there. So, kamusta naman yung life mo dyan ngayon na, yun nga, everything is new. Everything is, I guess, better than the situation here. So,
I think so.
opo.
Pero, yeah. Okay, mas, okay naman. Mas masaya ngayon sa, dahil since dumating ako dito, 2006, sa tulong po ng ni Senator Manny Pacquiao and Buboy Fernandez. So, kaya naparito ako. Ngayon, naka-adjust na ako. So, yung buhay ko parang mas gusto ko na dito. Kasi laki ng, yung advantage na lahat nagagawa mo, yung anong gusto mo, nakakain mo, basta lahat nandito na. So ito, dumating yung pagkakataon na ito na tayo sa boxing. So, this is the first time na humawak ako ng sa tulong ni Coach Ting. So, nandyan sila. Pati yung mga boxing hero natin, tinutulungan tayo kung paano tayo So, yun lang kami, open lang kami para sa kung ano yung mga diskarte nila, apply natin. And then, lahat ng gusto nila, gagawin natin. So,
Wow. Nakita ko si Direk naglalabas na ng passport. Nainggit na kami dyan.
Oo,
Yes. Ako, interested ako. I think yung mga viewers din natin because your life there is obviously better. It's such a great transition being there in LA. But how did you guys start your boxing journey? Lahat kayo nagsimula dito sa Pilipinas. Of course, we want to know your backstory. Let's start with Coach Sugar.
Maliit pa lang kasi tayo sa Pilipinas, no? As small kids. Palagi yan dyan. Si Direk, baka na-experience mo rin siguro to. Rica, yung pagre-rito-ritohin kayo. Sutukan kayo, tingnan nga natin. Takot ka pala, duwag ka pala. And then, growing up in the foot of the mountains, sometimes we go up to the mountains, manguha ka magpitas ka ng mga bayabas dun sa gubat. If you don't know how to defend yourself, once na mayroon ka ng dala-dalang mga fruits and vegetables, agawin sa iyo yan ng mga bully. So kailangan marunong ka rin maski pa paano para hindi ka maubusan. So I was exposed to that kind of environment. Sometimes hostilities also come from your relatives, brothers and sisters, di ba? So you have to fight a little bit, you know. So I learned from my neighbors who were boxers. And then in high school, pinadala ako sa Manila kasi ang pagka-bad boy ko kasi iba eh. Yung instead na nasa school, nandun sa kung nasaan yung labanan.
Mandirigma pala si
all
Coach
kinds of
Sugar.
fights. So, pinadala ako sa Manila because my brother was a PMA Class 64 disciplinarian talaga siya. And yung pagka-genius niya, na-apply sa akin, hinigpitan ako ng gusto. But in-enroll niya ako sa Bushido Dojo Karate School sa Life Theater Building dyan sa may Quiapo. Nung araw, I don't know kung inabutan ni Direk yun, sa Quiapo, meron dyang Life Theater Building. Nandun yung Dragon Karate School, Bushido Dojo. So doon ako in-enroll. So 1975, lumaban ako ng first national intercolor. Tapos muntik rin ako lumaban ng boxing, but yung aming martial arts instructor, si Kit Pujola, ayaw niya ipaghalo yung karate sa boxing. So, ang parents ko, divided sa boxing at saka sa karate. Father ko, silent, okay lang. Yung brother ko, okay na okay. Yung mother ko was crying. Ayaw niya talagang mag-risk kami sa ganun. So, in college, bumalik ako sa Cebu, nursing school sa Veles, pre-nursing. Ang PE namin, may option ka na boxing, of course. Pamimili ka, basketball, volleyball, boxing, automatic ako nasa boxing. Ang professor noon si George Betacora, ang PE professor. So, doon na-expose ako ulit talaga sa boxing. And later on, destiny happens that one of George Betacora's boxers, Briggs Flores, Casabugo Flores, was a national finalist sa boxing. Ni-recruit ko siya sa Gintong Alay kasi ako na ang head coach noon. So in 1985, he was under me, si Briggs Flores. He became a good boxer. He won some medals. Then he became a pro, but he immediately turned himself into becoming a coach following my footsteps. Because his father was a good coach, his brother was a good coach. They were always with me when I do seminars and lectures of boxing. Briggs Flores produced Malcolm Tonyakaw and many others. I believe even Coach Rodel is a relative of the Flores family. So, yung maliit nilang gym sa ilalim ng bahay nila, napakaliit talaga. I hope you, Direk, can visit. Because right now he has about 50 students. Nakaproduce ng world champion. And even the ALA boxing program was started by the Flores family. And I was their guest in 1985 when Tony Aldegar opened that professional and amateur boxing program in his business establishment in Banilad. So, to make a long story short, parang destiny kasi yung boss ko naging presidente ng boxing. I was in Makati for as one of the youth leaders. I founded with King Yabut Jr. I founded the Makati Youth Development Foundation. Then yung father niya naging presidente ng boxing in collaboration with the then Michael Keon, Gintong Alay director. So nung nakita nila, oh, ikaw ting may background ka sa martial arts, sa boxing, so you help us here. So ito, Direk, very nice question. What are the problems in boxing right now? And this was in 1979 December. So the number one problem that time was money. The number two was money, and the number three was also money because there was nothing. Yung gym ng ABAP sa Rizal Memorial was down on its feet, almost zero. Walang activities. Ang gym lang noon, LM Gym Professional, ang Elorde Gym na under kay champion Flash Elorde. And yun lang ang options mo aside from the ABAP Gym na talagang halos zero ang in terms of being a boxing gym. So there was a lot to be done. So I was part of that group. At sa sipag naman ng mga kasama ko noon, na-motivate din ako. So we were able to reignite boxing during that time. Kaya lumabas yun sila Leopoldo Casirantes, Leopoldo Cantancio, Brix Flores, sila ni Bobby Halnaes. Yan, mga produkto during that time. So even after when I left boxing in 86, nagtuloy-tuloy yun. So Cirantes won the bronze in 1988 in Seoul, Korea. And then si Roel Velasco won the bronze also in Spain. And then 1996 si Onyok naman won the silver. And after that, it sort of slowed down again ang performance natin sa Olympics. But at least the program, because of Senator Manny Pacquiao, the program of boxing just lived like it's gonna live forever, right? So that's the short background that I think I can share with you.
Wow. Coach Sugar, you've witnessed a lot of milestones in Philippine boxing. You're a living history book of boxing. That's an amazing story. That's a great story. Thank you, Coach Sugar. Next, Champ Marlon.
Paano siya nag-start?
Yes, paano ka nag-start? Now you're known as yan, Champ Marlon. Oo, paano ka nag-start sa boxing? Alam lang namin you're the former world champion and of course, isa sa kinakatatakutan ng mga boxers sa Pilipinas. Pero paano ka nagsimula, Champ?
Paano ko naging nightmare?
Yes. Sa nagsimula ang bangungot.
Nagsimula po doon sa lugar namin sa Lanao del Norte. Nung kabataan ko kasi ay medyo mahilig sa barkada, tsaka yun. Tsaka yung kapatid ko na panganay namin, ewan ko, hindi naman siya boksingero, taekwondo naman siya, pero binibilhan niya ako ng gloves tsaka mouthpiece nung bata pa ako. Tsaka tapos yung gloves tsaka mouthpiece, yun yung ginagamit ko, dinadayo ko na dun sa mga kapitbahay namin. Nanghahanap ako ng mga kasuntukan, mga kasparing, ganyan. Tapos tsaka mahirap din dun sa amin sa probinsya kasi yung pangunahing yung hanap buhay is nasa palay. Sobrang init. Kaya tapos nung pinag-aral naman ako ng kapatid ko, hindi naman ako sa paaralan pumupunta. Doon lang naman ako sa labas, naghahanap ng Kaya one time na pag-isip-isip ko na sayang yung allowance na binibigay niya sa akin. So, nung panahon na yon may mga boxing na doon sa pista-pistahan. Kaya doon ako palagi. Kada Biyernes yung boxing. Tapos yung exam natin every Biyernes din. Siyempre bagsak ako kasi wala akong exam. Kaya yun. Nag-decide ako na itutuloy ko yung boxing ko tsaka ko na lang yung pag-aaral ko. Saka sinabi ko sa sarili ko na na pag mag-boxing ako, dapat mag-boxing talaga ako para malaman ko kung ano talagang daratingan ko or saan ako dalhin. Kasi gusto ko din Tsaka nung lumaban ako, nanalo ako, lumaki na yung interest ko sa boxing. Kaya nag-training ako nung nag-training. Yun po, yung ko sa boxing. Dahil din po sa kapatid ko na bumibili sa akin ng mga gamit sa boxing. Sa aming pamilya nun, walang boxer naman Pero basagulero, meron marami.
Buti na lang na pagdesisyonan mo, Champ Marlon, na hindi pumasok. Kung hindi, wala ka ngayon dito, hindi ba?
Oo nga. Blessed nga din ako kasi din ako binigyan din ako ni God ng daan para hindi mapunta doon sa kabulastugan.
Yeah.
Kaya dito ako sa boxing.
Opo. And of course, world champion, hindi ba? Okay. Opo. Thanks, Champ Marlon. Coach naman, Coach Ernel, ikaw naman.
Masarap ang buhay ko Kasi ang hirap.
Before, hindi ba? So, ikwento mo sa amin paano ka nagsimula.
Sabi ko nga, kaya masarap na ang hirap Kaya pinagdaanan ko lahat ng hirap. Kaya lahat baliwala na ngayon. So,
Mm-mm.
So lahat na-enjoy ko lahat ng bagay-bagay na kahit gaano kaliit. So yun ang ano, kasi galing tayo dun sa, yun, naging boxer din ako dahil yung galing ako sa amin, yun, yung nag-aaral nga from college, at least nag-college ng 6 years, sa awa ng Panginoon, wala ring natapos. Then, yun, narating tayo sa Maynila, yung time na yun, yung time na nag-ensayo yun si Senator sa LM Gym. And ewan ko kung may taong nagdala talaga sa akin na punta tayo doon. Pero sabi ko, hindi. Kasi lasinggiro na ako eh. Lahat na mayroon na sa akin nandun ng araw. So nagtatrabaho ako sa, yun, yung matansyiro. Kaya pag nagpapakatay kayo ng baboy, ilang baboy kakatayin ko, ako lang mag-isa. Is lang mabilis na yun. Yeah. So nung naligaw ako dun sa gym na yun, naging interesado sila si Vice Mayor Buboy Fernandez. Yun yung time na nakita niya ako kasi matagal na pala ako niyang hinahanap sa lugar namin. Pero sabi niya, ang nahanap niya ako, wala na ako eh kasi hindi na ako nagbo-boxing. So naging interesado dahil doon may LM Gym, doon nag-ensayo po si Senator Manny Pacquiao. So yung time na yon, at least kinumbinsin nila akong bumalik sa pagbo-boxing. And yun, sa awa ng Panginoon, talo agad ng unang laban. Pero after that, nag-training ako ng gusto. I train really hard for the next coming fight. Yung tricky pasang battery, nandun po ako, undercard ako that time. And then, yun na yun, sabi nila, punta tayo sa US. Sabi ko, napakalayo yun. Malayo na sa akin yun. So, inisip ko, sabi ko, pag mag-Thailand na ako, okay na ako eh. Yun lang, dalawang pangarap ko, makapag Saudi or ganun lang eh. And then yun, tinulungan po ako ni Buboy Fernandez na sabi niya, yun, ito ang pinakamagandang istorya kasi yung time na mag-expire na yung visa ko. And then tumawag si Senator na, punta ka ng airport, punta ka ng US mamayang gabi. Sabi ko, totoo ba to? Kasi lagi akong niloloko eh. Went to airport, then nakita ko si Jerry Peñalusa. Sabi niya, ito yung ticket mo, papuntang Amerika. So wala akong dala that time, shirt lang, and then basta nag-t-shirt lang ako or something, dala ako ng passport. Yun, totoo pala, dumating ako sa Amerika. So, nung naparito na ako, sabi ko, ito na yun. So, yan din lagi akong, kaya naisip ko ngayon, yung mga boxer nga darating ngayon, sabi ko, napakaswerte nyo. Dahil nandito kami, or may mga tao na kayong, kasi ayaw ko maranasan nyo yung naranasan namin yun, napakahirap. So, kung may kumpara ko ngayon, so sabi ko, there's no way na hindi kayo magsikap.
Yes.
Hindi nyo matutupad yung mga pangarap nyo dahil kahit kami nga na wala pang ganito, wala pang taong nagaganito. Kaya namin lakarin namin yung gym. Gano'n, magbabas kami. Ngayon. So,
Wow.
So ngayon napakasaya ko dahil at saka ginawa nila akong para maparito sa pamilya ng boxing dahil napaka proud po ako sa sarili ko na naging bahagi ako sa buhay nila na ganito. Nagpapasalamat ako sa tiwala nila na ako yung isang taong sa daming magaling na mga trainer or something, bakit ako? So, iniisip ko lagi matagal kong pinag-isipan to kung tatangipin ko ba to or hindi dahil kung kaya ko ba to or hindi. So, pero naniniwala naman ako, naghanap lang talaga ako ng tamang panahon na so dumating ang time na nandiyan si Coach Tinga. So, iniisip ko, I think ito na yung tamang panahon na para gawin natin to para at least ma-share ko naman yung pinagdaanan ko nung araw, paano yung pinagdaanan ko sa boxing. So, at least hindi man ako nag-champion, sabi ko, makapag-champion lang ako or kami ni Coach Ting, that was me. So
Mm.
thank you for
Yes. Thank you.
Mm.
That's an inspiring transformation, Coach Ernel. And sabi mo kahit hindi ka champion, you are making champions, hindi ba? You're paving the
There
way
you go,
for
yeah.
world champions. Wow.
Yes.
Amazing. Thank you, Coach Ernel. Ikaw naman, Jade, bago ka naging hurricane, saan nagsimula itong hurricane na ito?
Nung bata pa ako, yung lolo ko kasi mahilig sa boxing. May kambal kasi ako. Kami lagi yung ginagawa niya parang katuwaan niya pag galing niya sa trabaho, pag uwi niya. Kami pa laging sparring ng kambal ko.
Oo.
Kaya nung din, nadala na rin namin ba, naging sports na talaga, naging hilig namin. Kumbaga, mahirap na rin bitawan. Ngayon, kinarir na talaga. Tapos, sa Jinsan, laging may boxing dun dati, mga 2010 to 2007 to 2010, 11 ganyan. Every Sunday talaga doon may pa-boxing. Doon kami parang doon nag-umpisa lahat yung career ko. Tapos bago ako naging national team, tapos umalis na rin ako, nagprofessional. Tapos ngayon hanggang dito na ako sa Amerika.
Wow. Mula sa pagiging katuwaan lang nung bata ngayon.
Kinarir na talaga.
Kinarir na. Oo. Grabe. Wow. Direk, these are a result of kumbaga happy accidents na nandito sila ngayon. But it's no accident. I think tinadhana na magkakasama sila ngayon sa US. But we all know that you have fights coming up. These are very important fights. Let's start with Coach Sugar. Coach Sugar, what are the things that you are focusing on ngayon na may nakakasanang laban para kay Champ Marlon on November 27? In an article, you said that you will see a different Marlon. So ano yung mga pinaghahandaan nyo ngayon?
Every time na ang isang coach ay kami nga ni Coach Ernel together, magkaroon kami ng talented boxer. At this point, dalawa sila, Marlon and Jade. We have the privilege in professional boxing kasi may difference sa amateur. In professional boxing, you have the privilege of knowing who the opponent is. And because of social media, YouTube, and Google, you can look for the previous fights of the opponent. And also, you can look on the previous fights of your boxer. The main focus would be, and the challenge would always be, to make our boxer as fundamentally sound as possible so that mistakes are very limited during the fight. Having said that, we would like to achieve Marlon to have the balance because he's a power puncher. Marlon is not a volume puncher, he's a power puncher. To achieve that balance requires a lot of training. To be able to deliver his power punches with snap and the element of surprise requires a lot of training. For him to be accurate requires a lot of training. And because of that challenge, the daily workouts that he has had with us for some time now has resulted into improvements, everyday little improvements that now is mattering a lot. Because the confidence level is up right now on him. So we hope for the best result, and we are working on that every day. We are not slacking out. There's no chance we will slack out or slow down on this process because to learn is very slow. To forget, and Rica, you can relate because you've been boxing for some time and you've been doing your training. To miss for a day or two, you'll notice, right? You'll notice that, oh, my punches are not as good, are not as accurate, are not as snappy. But if you miss training for a week, the opponent will notice it during the fight. And when he notices it, and you are on a lower standard of fighting ability and he is higher, then that fight is lost from the very first round, right? Or right at the moment, any round na medyo lamang na siya, that is hard to turn around. So Marlon will be different because we will focus on improving himself, and we will also look at how the opponent fights his fight, so that we can come up with a Marlon that is tailor-made or fit for that opponent. Because opponents, as I'm sure Direk Brian has a lot of mileage in looking at fights. A certain opponent, even if he is lesser, if he is using the tools that are necessary to beat the other boxer, he will most likely have that advantage during the fight. So yun yung challenge namin ni Coach Ernel. Marlon has a lot of arsenal, but which amongst those is he gonna need more during this fight with this upcoming opponent? That is what we're trying to achieve now. That Marlon will be at his best. He will be a fundamentally sound boxer, and of course, the stamina and endurance and that mental set that there's nothing there that will make him discouraged during the fight, that he will always want to win no matter what the situation is. That's inborn in him, but as coaches, we have to culture that. We have to put sort of fertilizer so that it will grow, and he will be a lot stronger mentally and physically during the fight.
Wow, that is a scary Marlon Tapales. Nightmare talaga kasi an all-around fighter, someone who is ready and, as you said, tailor-made for the fight. Wow, I can't wait to see that new Marlon Tapales. Ikaw naman, Coach Ernel, on your part, what have you been working on with the Nightmare?
Marlon, alam natin, malakas siya, magaling, mabilis. So, at least right now, because iba-ibang kalaban, so we train really hard for this fight. Marami tayong tools gamit dito para paano natin talunin yung kalaban, kasi hindi rin basta-basta yung kalaban natin ngayon. Is number 3 contender world. So since day one, hindi po kami wala pong paligoy-ligoy yung training namin. We train really hard for this para sa mga pangarap nila. So we always, yan lang sabi ko sa nila, i-enjoy lang natin tong training. Saka kasi since day one, alam na namin yung kalaban, kung sino yung kalaban namin. So kapag handa talaga kami para sa laban na to. So ginagawa niya yung lahat ng kung anong mga best niya na ginagawa. So may mga dagdag lang tayo doon dahil kasi sa so sa haba ng training namin ngayon, kaya niyang dalhin lahat ng training, lahat ng namin, sparring. So as of now, siguro we're ready to fight.
Wow. Thank you, Coach Ernel. Direk, nakaka-excite para silang perfect kumbaga perfect fight camp.
Yeah.
How about you, Direk?
Ay, ako tanong kay Jade kasi si Jade, parang wala ka bang talo, Jade eh. Parang are you still kumbaga, do you still see anything na kailangan mo pang i-work on? Kumbaga, what are you working on right now? Kumbaga, nandiyan sa area, sabi mo nga kanina, the mindset is okay. Pero when it comes to skills, especially with your upcoming fight, ano pang tingin mong kailangan pong i-improve?
Yung lang naman talaga, yung kumbaga makahanda talaga bago yung laban. Kumbaga, hindi short notice. Yun lang. Yun yung ko talaga. Kumbaga, 100% ready.
Yeah. But when it comes to skills, where do you think, saan mo pa kailangan ano pa kailangan mong ayusin para sa'yo?
Sa akin, yung gusto ko yung power ko pa saka yung yung endurance ko gusto kong dagdagan. Skill, kumbaga, madali na lang yung skill kung meron kang yung endurance, kumbaga, kaya mo i-push yung sarili mo pag meron ka nun.
Coach Sugar, tanong ko, what do you see in Jade? Kaya i-describe Marlon. What do you see in Jade?
Just like Marlon, he's very talented. He has God-given gifts in boxing, but in a different way. Jade is a volume puncher. He one of the smoothest in terms of delivering 4 or 5 punches in this business is Jade that I have encountered. Maybe there are better ones out there, but I haven't met them. But on the other side, Jade has not fought for over a year, ba, Champ?
Over a year.
Huh? Gaano ka tagal na? How long have you?
Last fight ko yung April sa atin.
Over a year.
So the ring rust also brings down your endurance and stamina, because if you haven't fought for a while, that means you haven't trained hard for a while. So we're gradually bringing him to a higher level of cardiovascular efficiency. We're gradually bringing him to deliver more and more combination punches every day. And Coach Ernel, I am very proud to say, in the last 3-4 months I've been with him, his punch mix skills in terms of improving boxers is scale 1 to 10, 10 being the best, maybe around 9 or 9.5 right now. I don't have a gauge for that, but that's my perception. That's my estimate. So Jade is now becoming a volume puncher with balance, with footwork, with stamina, endurance, scale 1 to 10, maybe around 50 to 60%. And he still has about 45 days if he fights on December 16. So we hope to achieve what he wants to have, which is maximum endurance and stamina capability, so that he can push himself during the fight. Because throwing volume punches, Rica, you know that, that will take the wind out of you if you're not prepared for it. And you cannot stop Jade Bornea from doing that, because that's his natural gift, to throw a lot of punches. And so, having said that, I look at him as a future world champion if he will trust the process, if he will trust himself that within the next 45 days, he will be maximum in terms of preparation. If he will trust the process, Coach Ernel is there, I am there to guide him. We can only guide him. We cannot force him to become the Jade Bornea that he wants to be. We can guide him so that it will be easier for him to reach his goal. Kami, tiga sabi lang, but he is the one who has to do it. And so far, I've seen a work ethic in him and Marlon that's comparable. They both really push themselves during training. Maski pagod, they will try to not even show it. They will continue to work hard. So itong dalawa, Jade especially, we have the challenge to sort of control them a little bit so that they will not go over. They will not overwork at any point. At the same time, we also don't want them to be underworked, because overworking and underworking in boxing has the same result, which is poor performance. So we have to be very careful in that department.
Wow.
Oh, grabe. Pero alam mo, Rica, mukhang maganda yung tatanong mo related sa pinag-uusapan ni Coach.
Yun nga I think Coach Sugar tempers din. Yun yung tinetemper niya yung training ng fighters niya. And he's really ahead of everything, which is what Jade and Marlon needs. Pero ito, curious ako, Champ Marlon, nalaman mo na si Hiroaki Teshigawara makakalaban mo for the IBF Eliminator. At hindi ito yung unang Japanese na nakalaban mo, hindi ba, Champ? So anong na-feel mo nung nalaman mo na yun, makakatapat mo dito sa IBF Eliminator si Teshigawara?
Siyempre po, excited ako kasi chance na naman ito. Tsaka nung unang binigyan ako ng chance, yun nga, failed ako. So ngayon, kailangan ko i-push yung sarili ko kasi para magiging manalo sa labang ito. Tsaka tingnan ko kaagad yung mga laban niya, yun, magaling, tsaka magaling yung stamina. So, kailangan mag-training ako, mag-prepare sa laban namin kasi yun nga, kumbaga pangalawang chance ako na to kaya kailangan kong manalo para sa aming team, tsaka para na din sa pamilya ko. Opo, yun po. Tsaka pinaghahandaan po talaga namin yung laban. Na sakto naman po yung binigay na na buwan or sa laban naman kasi nakapag-prepare na ako, nakapag-ensayo na din talaga ako.
Thank you, Champ. Ito, may nagtatanong si Carlos Cuadras. Tinatanong niya kung ano daw yung natutunan mo in your previous fight against Iwasa, and if ever, do you want to have a rematch with him?
Natutunan ko, yun nga, dun sa laban namin, medyo kinapos din ako sa oras. Medyo bitin yung pag-training ko. Kaya ganun yung nangyari. Pero ganun talaga, mangyayari naman talaga yung mangyayari. Pero dapat kasi talaga paghandaan para pag nasa ibabaw ka na ng ring, magagawa mo na kung ano yung plano nyo sa training. Opo, yun po.
Thank you, Champ. Si Direk Brian, you have a question for Coach Ernel. Speaking of preparation and training camps.
Mukhang mainit siya. Gusto mong tanong. Coach Ernel, question ko lang. Kasi, kumbaga, you were one of the rare people who were around during the training camp of Senator Manny Pacquiao before the Ugas fight. Kasi alam naman natin, ang original dyan was Errol Spence, di ba? Tapos biglang naging si Ugas. Can you run us through, ano ba yung changes na nangyari? How's the atmosphere when those changes happened? May notable ba nangyari nung time na yun?
Direk Brian, masaya yung unang araw from until like the last minute of the training camp. I think may kunting lang dahil siguro kung nakita nyo yung nangyayari doon sa huling. So from the day one until like mula nung umpisa, ang saya ng training camp. That was good, perfect. Nasa tama yung training, nasa sakto yung lahat. So I think may isang lang yung last day na 2 days before the fight. That was Thursday and the fight was Friday. So may nangyayari lang na siguro naging excited lang po si Senator nung araw na yun. So yun lang po yung pinakano yung nag-sprint siya ng medyo napabilis yung sprint. I think na medyo tinamaan po yung doon. Para sa akin lang po.
Pero yung may kasi originally he was supposed to fight a southpaw. Then suddenly naging talagang yung orthodox, diba? Kumbaga marami nagsasabi na the preparation, the change in opponent was kumbaga parang kulang yung preparation. Agree pa kayo? So nakita.
Yes, totoo po 'yan. Sa I think 10 days bago nalaman nagpalit ng laban. So mahirap po 'yun sa I think sa kanya, parang that time, okay lang siya kasi kahit parang Manny Pacquiao na yan eh. So alam niya, kumbaga, kahit sino, kahit anong mo, wala akong problema doon. So, pero hindi natin alam kung ano yung mga plano nila doon. Anong plano nung side nung Spencer, basta mahirap talaga yung kasi yung pinaghandaan talaga niya yung style ng Spence, and then nagpalit ng ganun lang maski kahit gaano kadali yung kalaban, pero kahit tatanungin po natin si Manny Pacquiao, ito yung pinakamadali niyang kalaban, kumbaga ito yung kumbaga sa mga lahat nakakalaban niya, kaso iba yung pinaghandaan po niya sa laban niya. In-expect niya iba yung naging kalabasan. So, I think mahirap yun.
May nakapagsabi sa akin na na kaibigan ko na kasi 'di ba naging issue during the fight with Ugas was yung parang siya nagka-cramps or something or something those things. Totoo. Tingin nyo, may nagsabi sa akin na did he overwork himself in preparation for Ugas?
Hindi siguro nag-overwork. I think yung lang yung kasi siguro sa of course sa edad niya or something. Normal naman sa kanya talaga yun nagka-cramp siya mula nung how many fights na nandun ako lagi kasi ako talaga yung kumbaga wala nakikita na kasi ako talaga nag-maintain nung paano i-maintain yung legs niya or something like that. Pero sa and then yung time na yun, nagka-cramp siya pero sa yung cramps niya yung sa yung tawag nito yung calves or pero this fight, yung this fight ang nagka-cramp sa niya yung legs. So iba yung
wala ba siyang parang pahaging nun na huling laban niya yan or in-expect nyo ba magiging huling laban niya yun? O better yet, huling laban na ba talaga niya yun?
Hindi, kasi sinabi niya sa amin bago siya umuwi, you guys prepare because we're gonna do a rematch.
Oh, okay.
So we have a rematch kasi hindi pwede tayong ganito lang. Ito yung madali natin. Masaya siyang sinabi niya yun. And then, so na-surprise kami nung yung in-announce na ganun. Hindi kami handa na yung kasi sabi niya na, okay, pagbalik ko, ngayon pa lang maghanda na kayo kasi re-rematch tayo. So,
siguro tumigil mo doon yun nung nag-retire yung sinabi na kahit ako, di ako makapaniwala nung sinabi yun.
Yeah. Lahat siguro na kasi wala namang so I think nasa kanya na yun kung anong meron sa kanya doon. So
okay. Rica?
Yes.
Coach?
Opo. Speaking of yun nga, being a coach and training top caliber fighters, Coach Sugar is the coach of many successful fighters. A lot of our viewers are curious now about your coaching style, how you make so many fighters succeed sa taas ng ring. So can you share with us, Coach, what is the recipe of being a good coach?
The number one recipe sa trabaho ng isang coach para maging successful yung hindi masayang yung efforts ng coach is find the right boxers. And then if you find the right boxers, meaning they will train hard, they will follow instructions, they will coordinate and talk to you and relate to you on how they feel so that you can make adjustments along the way during training camp. That's a big challenge and that's hard to achieve. Because only then can you have a chance na mayroong lalaban na maging outstanding, ma-entertain ang crowd. Kasi yung right boxers na yan na nagtitraining talaga, hindi tamad, hindi paligoy-ligoy. Meron pa siyang isang ingredient na kailangan ipakita during the fight, which is the courage and the determination and the confidence level that allows him to execute all the efforts, all the learning that he has done during the camp. Maraming magaling, Rica, na pagdating na ng laban, tapon na sa basurahan yung galing, naiwanan na sa gym lahat, di ba?
Yes, Coach.
So my recipe is, I choose the boxers that I spend my time on. Pagtangin ko wala talaga siyang pag-asa, I talk to them nicely about it. I never force them, I never put them down, I just tell them and I challenge them. Think about it, one boxer that I was encountering here, he really wanted to go to nursing school. And I was in the nursing school, but I wanted boxing more than, or sports more than becoming a nurse. but he wanted more to become a nurse. So I helped him enroll. I spent my own money on his enrollment. Now I heard he's graduating this year as a nurse.
Wow.
So the secret is, once you know what to teach, how to teach boxing, find the right person who you think can go up and up into the highest levels of boxing as a sport, fight sport. Because if not, you'll be wasting your time. So let's be hypothetical. Let's create an example. Wildcard Gym, Coach Freddy, one of the best trainers. He can teach boxing fundamentals. He has all the applications, so many different variations in movement so that his boxer will have the upper hand. But out of the thousands that he encountered at Wildcard Gym, how many Manny Pacquiao successful in terms of being successful does he have? One. The others that he trained, they could not even fight similar to Pacquiao, because Senator Manny Pacquiao is a talent, an exceptional talent that comes once in a lifetime. Maybe in our lifetime, nobody else. Everybody's different, right? So Coach Freddy can teach, but Manny Pacquiao was able to showcase who Coach Freddy is more than anybody else that he trained in the past, right? So my success probably came from being open-minded. I look at the boxer, I try to analyze, I try to teach him, and then along the way make adjustments. And I don't care if I get the credit or not. That's number one recipe also. Because once you are after becoming popular, you will be more towards the exposure and the advertisement of yourself instead of focusing on your job. You'll be looking for the picture on the camera instead of looking at your fighters.
Yeah.
So you do not care about the limelight, then you can become a successful coach, because all the small details that needs to be taught to that boxer, whether it hurts his feelings or not, you need to work on those, hoping that most of them can be learned by the boxer so that he improves. So that's one recipe. The other thing that I do, which I don't see much on the other coaches, is never force a boxer to do things no matter how good, not unless he's convinced that he's good at it and he likes it to do it. Because even the Senator Manny Pacquiao moves, you can teach it to all of your fighters. And I try to teach some of his moves to all of my fighters. I find in the last 3 years, I found one who can really do it. I found one. So it goes to say, success in boxing depends on how patient you are in terms of teaching, in terms of understanding, in terms of not becoming emotional or mad at your boxers if they don't want to do certain things that you are trying to ask them to do. If they don't want to learn it and use it, don't force the issue. Move on to the next one. Because there will be another technique that he will love and he will be very good at. And sometimes that changes the dimension in terms of him becoming successful.
Wow. Thanks, Coach. For all the aspiring coaches there, these are nuggets of wisdom from Coach Sugar. Being a coach is like a wise investment din Coach Sugar, no? You have to be wise what you give.
It means a lot to a coach. Coach Ernel, I would like to take him as an example right now. I hope he doesn't mind. He has to work a job because he has to help his family financially. He has to attend to, of course, he's got 2 lovely kids, a daughter and the younger one, a son. And so him and his wife, they try to fit boxing into their lives. So Coach Ernel has to be a father, a husband, a provider, and at the same time, a coach for Jade and Marlon. So it's a sacrifice also for coaches. Right now, I'd rather be with the boxers than be with relatives and friends because I have a job to do. And even while I'm cooking sometimes for our nourishment, for our nutrition requirement, I'm thinking about how did he spar today? What needs to be corrected today? Then you have to think about how am I going to say it to him, so that the boxer will listen and try to comprehend and try to process it in his mind, and maybe he will practice during the next session, you know. So all of that comes into play. So it's not a regular thing. This life of being a coach is not a regular life. It involves a lot of thinking, a lot of analysis, a lot of trying to learn also. When your boxers tell you something, you better listen, because that might improve the whole team in terms of success. You have to listen to them also. You cannot just be giving orders, giving instructions, and not listen to them, because they're the ones fighting on the ring, not you. We have to always think about that as coaches.
Thank you. Thank you, Coach Sugar. Wow. Direct. Amazing insight from
Yes.
Coach Sugar. Direk, you have a question for Jade, for our NABF
Yeah.
Superfly champion.
Kay Jade ulit, no? Kumbaga, Jade, nung nanalo ka, napanalo nung may NABF Superfly title kay Ernesto Delgadillo, pwede mo bang ikwento sa amin anong mga nangyayari sa iyo yung walk us through the fight, tapos ano bang pakiramdam nung finally na panalunan mo na yung title?
Yung yung naramdaman ko noon, una exciting ako kasi unang laban ko yung dito sa Amerika, tapos championship agad yung NABF. Kumbaga sabi ko gagawin kong lahat para magtagumpay yun sa training, bigay todo, tapos yung nandun na kami sa laban, yung kumbaga nung time na yun medyo sa akin medyo maliit, nahihirapan kasi ako po, medyo maliit yung kalaban, kaya nag-adjust din ako paano ko to siya mahuli kasi mabilis din siya tapos magaling din talaga. Pero yung mga 3 or 4 na nakuha ko na yung galaw niya nahuli ko na siya. Tapos nung 6 rounds na yun, nabilangan ako, natumba ako dun pero dito yun tumama, sabay ganun. Pero nabilangan ako, sabi ko. Pero focus pa rin ako, binigay ko pa rin yung best ko na sabi ko, hindi ako magpadala. Focus lang kasi gusto ko manalo Tapos yun, awan ng Panginoon, binigay sa akin yung yung tagumpay. Kasi sobrang saya ko nun kasi unang laban ko dito, tapos yun. Awan ng Panginoon, tagumpay ako.
Wow. Direk, bago ka tumuloy, I have a question for Champ Marlon. Champ, pag nanalo ka dito sa title eliminator na to, sino ang world champion na gusto mong makaharap sa iyong division?
Ako po, wala pa sa isip ko yan Iniisip ko ang laban ko ngayon doon lang ako nakapokus na saka yung ibang champion parang hindi ko pa kilala. Hindi ko alam kung sinong lalabanan ko, basta nagpo-focus pa lang ako dito kasi ito po yung pinakamalaking hakbangin ko para makalaban talaga sa championship. Tsaka pagkatapos naman itong laban na to, kung sakaling pagpala rin ako, manalo ako sa laban, yung makakalaban ko, syempre yung IBF champion kasi eliminator to yung world champion.
So one step at a time tayo, no, Champ?
Opo. Oo.
Tapos ang dami nagsasabi, ito yung kumbaga pagbangon o new dawn, sabi nga sa ibang articles. Gaano ka-excited na inaabangan ka ng mga tao, inaabangan ka ng mga fans mo, inaabangan ka ng mga boxing, yung mga solid na boxing fans talaga.
Oo nga sila nag-aabang nga sila. Ako, nagpupursige ako dito para makabangon din talaga, para mapakita din talaga sa kanila na pumabangon talaga tayo. Saka hindi tayo basta-basta di-discourage kasi mga Pilipino tayo mga fighter tayo. Kaya mangyayari naman talaga yung ganyang situation kasi fighter may panalo, may talo talaga, so move on. So kailangan lang babangon ka para makalaban ka ulit, para bigyan ka ng chance. So yun nga, focus lang talaga sa ensayo, wag lang mawala ng pag-asa kasi diyan naman yan pag hindi ka pa titigil talagang lalaban ka, tsaka talagang ginagawa ko yung ginagawa ko yung lahat para makabalik doon sa top na yon. Kaya ito po nangyari. Binigyan din ako ng chance kaya babangon talaga.
Wow. Abangan namin yung champ.
Opo. Thank you po.
Direk, you have a question for Coach Sugar.
Oo, ito, rin, matutuwa si Coach dito. It's a walk back through memory lane. Coach Sugar, nung you were, kumbaga, you had that chance with Senator Manny as well, na to be part of that, yung sa KL, nung nanalo siya kay Lucas Batis. Ano bang naalala niyo ito? How was it during that time?
It was an experience that I can really remember because this happened. What you mentioned happened 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think 2018 yun.
Mm-hmm.
Some Pacquiao members na kaibigan ko rin, kaibigan rin ni Senator, asked me na mag-apply to be part of the coaching staff because the fight was going to be in Malaysia and Coach Freddy might not be able to go there.
Uh-huh.
So that fight between him and Matisse was after he lost to Jeff Horn in Australia.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I went and applied at his house in Makati in Forest Park together with some Team Pacquiao members. And doon ko na first talaga encounter person to person si Senator. He looked at me, he was sitting and he said, "Oh, kaya mo po bang mag-punch-meet?" Sabi ko, I answered him briefly. I said, "I'll try because I haven't been doing it daily. I only do it occasionally, part-time na lang ako. But I'll try, but I'll be a good team player. I will try to give my input to Coach Boboy and the rest of the coaching staff. I will try to give you my input, what I see and what I believe should be done or not done. I will not hold anything back. I'll be a team player." So sabi niya, sige, after sa press conference sa Malaysia, we'll start sa training camp. As brief as that. Then I remembered I tried to ad-lib Marlon and Neil Jantabanao to him to be undercards of his fight. I told him that, Senator, may request po ako kasi Marlon Tapales is a very talented fighter and Neil Jantabanao is the same. And Coach Briggs Flores was the one telling me na talagang yan, pag nabigyan ng chance, may pag-asang maging sikat sa buong mundo. Kasi magaling talaga. And sabi niya, tinawag niya si Joe Ramos was there. Joe, si Marlon Tapales daw, tsaka si Neljan Tabanao. And of course, Joe told him that the undercards was already set. So his next instruction, right off the bat, he said, sa next fights ko isalin niyo yan kasi magaling daw. So that is how good a person he is towards other boxers. That's personal experience that I witnessed personally with my eyes and ears. So nung tinanggap niya ako and we went to the camp, there was Coach Boboy as our head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Justin Fortune was our conditioning coach. Coach Nonoy Neri was associate coach with Coach Boboy and he's been with them for a long time. The Peñalosa brothers, Irving, si Toto, si Jonathan Peñalosa, and at one time even Jerry was there. Si Congressman Bobby Halnais was also there. We were all giving insights into the training camp because we wanted Senator Pacquiao, all of us. What I saw in the camp is that everybody was just trying to analyze and think and research on how Senator Pacquiao can come back. All Filipinos coaching him, only Justin Portion, the conditioning coach, is from Australia, and how he can come back strongly and convincingly that the world will see a different Manny Pacquiao in Kuala Lumpur. So we had a lot of fun discussing, talking, giving our inputs. We were even counting punches of during sparring, we were counting punches of the opponent and counting punches of Senator Manny Pacquiao just to have a guide, on what to improve in terms of volume of punches. And so later on down the road, that training camp, the result of it is really going to explain to you that a training camp that is united, that is working, everybody doing their job, will result in very good performance. Win, lose, or draw, it's going to be a very good performance. And I think Kuala Lumpur, when he knocked him down on the first time, when he couldn't take those punches already, because they were very sharp punches, they were very, very flashy, and the speed was just blinding, you know. So that there was the turning point why I became a full-time coach again, because it motivated me further na pwede pala and pwede pang bumalik. Manny Pacquiao trusted so many people and now he performs. So I was thinking right away, if I can find a coach or two who will, you know, work with me, and somebody young like Coach Ernel, and I found him, somebody young who can, you know, open his mind to what needs to be done in a training camp, then there will be fighters who will get improvements and become sensational fighters during their fights if we can handle together in a training camp and do what we need to do as a team. So that camp is the main reason why I'm back into full-time coaching. And Senator Manny Pacquiao, I know he doesn't want this to be said, he compensated all of us there, you know. I can speak for me, and there was Coach, I forgot to mention, Coach Nonito Donaire Sr. was with us too. He was also giving his input. And so, you know, all of us were compensated in a better way that I ever had before, you know. It helped my family, it helped myself get back at, you know, when you are in a training camp for 2 months, sometimes yung bills mo nagpa-pile up and you have no income. And so I was thinking, maybe I have to pay this, pay that when I go back. What will I use? You know, what money will I use? Because I had to leave my work when I went to that camp. But Senator Manny Pacquiao, without even asking him to do it, he compensated us.
Yun nga, sinabi niyo nga, Coach, no, that was the time that he was coming back from the loss from Jeff Horn. Tapos, now, yung last fight niya didn't really end. Yung kay Ukas na parang ano. Kaya lang, kumbaga natalo rin. Pero under normal circumstances, I'm sure Senator would come back and want a rematch. But the problem now is that he retired to run for president.
Yeah, you mentioned that last sentence. You mentioned that word is associated to the politics that he is into now. Okay, I was with him for the Matisi camp. I was with his team, with Coach Bobo and Coach Nonoy in the Brunner camp. And I was with them also in the Keith Thurman camp. For a reason or two, before this camp happened with Errol Spence as the opponent, I got separated from Team Pacquiao. The distance is not that far, but there was this distance. And I wanted it myself too, because I don't want any complications. Coaching should be enjoyable. That's why I don't like to coach where I have to shout or intimidate boxers so that they'll do their job. No, I will guide you. I will motivate you, but I will not force you. Because a person who needs to be forced to do his job training-wise is not gonna be a good boxer. He's never gonna be in the top because he's just being forced to do it. But if he loves it and he wants it and he is hungry for that championship, for that belt, then I'll coach him. In this camp, I was separated, and I felt that because Errol Spence is a very fundamentally sound fighter, I felt that it was going to be a good fight, a hard fight for Senator Pacquiao. But I knew that being an 8th division world champion is no joke. He might find ways to win. But I was not able to even share anything with Coach Boboy and Coach Nonoy and the rest of his staff. Much more, they were not able to share with me what they had in mind for that fight. So Coach Ernel was closer to all the coaches during that camp. And although I have information and sometimes I see from a distance what's going on, I cannot really say what went wrong because I wasn't there. I was not close enough to be able to say. And I'm not happy that he lost. I'm, sometimes being a 62-year-old adult, you're not supposed to have tears in your eyes, but you cannot really prevent that. You get emotional when somebody you idolize lost to somebody he's supposed to win against Spencer August, but then he lost to August. So no disrespect. Those are top caliber fighters. They are in the championship levels, but we know what Senator Pacquiao can do if he was really ready. If he did not undertrain or overtrain, we know you Rica and Brian, you know that he could have won that fight easily. If there was undertraining, I don't know. If there was overtraining, I don't know. If there was destruction like politics, I cannot say because I wasn't close enough during that camp.
Okay. Coach, before I turn it over back to Rica, with Senator Manny retiring, where does this leave the Philippine boxing?
It's now free for all upcoming fighters to try and step up so that they can sort of get close to that level where Senator Pacquiao left off. It's a hard way to get even close. To be as great as Senator Pacquiao is, to me, impossible. But if you can just get close to him, maybe win 4 divisions, 5 divisions, in a sensational way where people will, then, you know what I'm talking about. When you are lifted up on your seat during the fight, even if you're at home watching pay-per-view, that's the kind Manny Pacquiao fight style that amazed the world. So we have Marlon, we have Jade Bornea, we have Magnifico Magsayo, we have Jerwin Angcajas, we have Jonas Sultan. We have so many fighters that can possibly be in that level. So who amongst them? That's where it is gonna be exciting. Who amongst them can get close to that level of performance? Do you have your pick? I know I have mine, but I don't want to be biased. So I am not gonna say who will be getting close to that level of performance.
Thank you, Coach. Rica, back to you.
Speaking of the future, actually not future kasi stars na sila in their own rights ngayon. But of course, mga sasalo ng baton from Senator Manny. I wanna ask muna si Champ Marlon, Champ, of course, alam ng lahat na you were the former world champion. Nakuha mo ito against sa Thailander, si Pung Liuang Sing Yu. And also, you had other notable wins. After nun, na-TKO mo si Umori. Ang daming mga laban na talagang you gained the respect and the adoration of your fans. Pero ikaw, bilang fighter, ano yung fight na pinaka hindi mo makakalimutan?
Yung laban namin ni Umori, first fight namin. Dalawang beses kami naglaban eh. Yung eliminator sa WBO. Nung naglaban kami. Kasi kami lang noon eh. Tsaka yung trainer ko lang doon, yung batch ko lang doon sa Cebu na boxer din. Tsaka yun. Dun sa team, sa corner namin, bali 4 lang siguro kami. 4 lang din, the rest manager din. Basta mga 7 lang kami doon pumunta sa Japan, tapos the rest is Japanese Tsaka parang memorable talaga 'yun sa akin kasi hindi din nila in-expect na matatalo namin sila kasi kumbaga yung gymnasium na pinaglalabanan namin ay naka-reserve na for the championship fight, WBO. So elimination yun. So parang plano nila pag tapos ng laban namin, so manalo sila, doon ulit yung laban para sa kanila na pungluang. Pero hindi, kasi pinaghandaan ko yun. Kaya nanalo kami, parang 2 round lang ata yun, 3. Yan talaga. Tapos sobrang liit lang namin. Parang pag sisigaw yung nasa corner ko, hindi ko maririnig eh.
Natatabunan. Oo.
Po, yan po.
Pero, champ, kahit sa Thailand, no? Iba rin yung crowd doon, no? Talagang,
Opo. Grabe din.
Kamusta experience doon, champ, sa Thailand?
Grabe din yung experience ko doon sa Thailand. Kasi, di ba nga, natumba ko doon ng 2 beses eh. Kasi yung ibang klase din yung sistema nila doon. Kasi, ang biyahe namin, pagtimbangan, sobrang layo, 4 oras, ganyan.
Wow.
Tapos, uwi kami ng hotel, ganun din. Tapos, kinabukasan, laban, 4 din na oras or 5. Parang nasa gitna yung hotel namin. No? Ewan ko kung anong ginagawa nila. Inikot-ikot ba para Tapos pag dating namin dun sa venue, wala pa siguro 3 minuto, pinasuot na ako ng hand drop.
Talaga?
Hand drop, tsaka gloves. Tapos sobrang init ng lugar. Tapos yun nga, dun sa laban. Focus lang ako, tapos nagdasal. Yun, di ba, tumumba din ako doon ng 2 beses eh. Tumumba ko doon ng 2 beses. Tsaka kasama ko yung mama ko noon, first time na sinama ko yung mama ko doon eh.
Talaga dyan. Wow.
Sumama siya. Tapos, yun nga, pag tumumba ako eh, di ba dapat yung mama iiyak na yan sa gilid. Pero yung mama ko umakyat sa ring.
Talaga?
Sabi niya dong, magdasal ka.
Palaban din si mami.
Opo, kaya yun po.
Wow.
Hindi ko rin makalimutan yung experience namin doon. Sobrang din po.
And I'm sure after nun, ang dami mo naging fans na Thailander. Di ba?
Opo.
Nakita nila na kahit 2 beses kang tumumba. Napatumba mo rin yung kalaban mo at napag-give up mo nga siya. Di ba? Wow, galing ni Champ Marlon. Ito naman, si Champ Jade actually, aside from the NABF title, may mga ilang napanalunan ka ring mga titles. Yung Minproba na Super Flyweight title and also yung WBO Oriental Youth Superfly title and IBF Youth Superfly. Pero maraming fights na ito, undefeated ka. Pero anong fight yung pinaka hindi mo makakalimutan naman?
Sa akin naman yung yung pinaka-unang title fight, yung IBA for Youth, yung pinaka-memorable sa akin kasi kumbaga ako nun, six fight pa lang ako nun eh. Tapos pinalaro ako agad ng championship fight, yung IBA for Youth. Tapos yung mga 1 month na lang ata bago yung laro namin. Tapos nagka-injury pa ako noon.
Grabe.
Wala na akong ibang ginawa noon. Puro gym work na lang. Wala akong jogging noon. Puro gym work lang talaga. 1 month pa yung fight. Pero kumbaga lang nagtiwala pa rin ako sa sarili ko na nanalangin ako, na sabi ko kaya ko to. Dating sa laban, yun, kumbaga, hindi ko talaga makalimutan kasi duguan din talaga yung laban namin. Magaling din yung kalaban ko si Raulio, ala boxer. Para sa akin yun yung pinaka. Hindi ko makakalimutan na laro talaga yun.
Grabe, may injury ka pa nun sa lagay na yun, Champ.
Hindi naman siguro injury, pero
may iniinda ka.
Pinipilit ko talaga, pero hindi ko talaga kaya itakbo kasi yung iniinda ko. Kaya yung ginawa ko, puro gym na lang talaga. Sparring, ganyan. Complete ako sa sparring nun, pero sa takbo, wala talaga ako nun.
Oo. Hindi ka ba kinabahan nun sa laban? Na syempre, di ba tayong mga boxer, pondo natin yan yung hangin natin.
Kinabahan ako pero naniwala ako sa sarili ko na kaya ko to. Kasi confident pa rin ako. Kasi, kumbaga, hindi ko naman talaga ituloy yun pag sabi ko na alanganin ako. Pero may tiwala lang ako na kaya ko.
Wow. Grabe. Direk, itong si Champ Jade tsaka itong si Champ Marlon, hindi lang katawan ang superhuman, pati utak. Grabe. Kaya sila nandyan Kaya sila superstars. Pero, Direk, may question ka para kay Coach Ernel na alam naman natin na former boxer din.
Okay, Coach. Siyempre, kailangan malaman natin kung ano yung nag-ano kay Coach Ernel. Coach, naging pro boxer ka din, no? Nanalo ka ng 9 of your 15 pro fights. 7 pa by KO.
Yes, sir.
Kung babalikan mo yung career mo noon, ano yung mga most memorable para sa'yo?
Napakasarap eh. Kung balikan, alam mo kung ano lang, Direk, kung siguro, kasi ako ngayon 41 years old. Kung ibalik mo lang ako ng 20 years old, ayaw ko na magtrabaho. I'm gonna push myself kasi alam ko kaya ko eh. Alam ko mayroon ako noon, kaso at that time, sa siguro yung ano natin, like I said sa mga katulad nila na you have to focus sa boxing kasi once you have to mag-start ka ng work, it's really hard. Kasi mahati na yung focus ng sarili mo, gano'n. So yung mga, and then yun nga lang, kung ibabalik nga lang ako dun, kahit 20 years old, 25 years old, magstay ako sa boxing kasi madali. Basta talagang kung ipupus mo lang na mag-ensayo ka at saka alam natin, walang madali na laban pero at least kaya natin dalhin na pwedeng madali. So yun, ang dami kong laban. Siguro ang boxing hindi para sa akin kasi sa lahat ng mga undercard ako kay Senator nga, naging undercard ako sa Grand Finale. And I was ready and then at that time, sabi nung wala ka ng oras, pwedeng tanggapin mo na lang tong pera. Sabi ko, wow, ganun lang kadali. Hindi ako lumaban, kumita na. Pero hindi pa rin ako masaya kasi my goal na manalo sa laban kasi I trained really hard for that fight. And then ganun lang mangyayari. And then balik kami. So lumaban ako uli sa Texas. Yun naman ang nangyayari. Hindi naman natuloy dahil sa issue sa timbang ng kalaban. So, and then dumating na naman ang araw, lalaban, undercard na naman ako kay Marquez and Pacquiao. So pagdating naman sa Las Vegas, kinancel kasi naputukan last sparring ng kalaban. So sabi ko, I think hindi na maganda to. So sabi, kasi siyempre yun nga sinasabi ni Ghosting na yun, yung mga pangangailangan tayo na kailangan natin So paano ko maano yung pamilya natin kung yun walang laban. So yun nangyari yun. May trabaho, may offer na nag-decide akong magtrabaho. Siya, nakapagtrabaho ako, sabi ko, kaya ko to, trabaho, unboxing, trabaho. Pero, yan nga, naging kontento na ako nung kumita na ako, so sabi ko, okay na to. Siguro, ito na yun, siguro, ganito. Pero, hindi pa rin ako, kahit nagtatrabaho ako, nandun pa rin yung ko kasi, yun nga, I love ko yung boxing. Ito yung passion ko. So kahit paano, nandun pa rin ako sa gym. Nag-gym pa rin. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung ko. Kasi ang dami kong pinagdaanan. Siguro, kasi parang tinanggap ko na. Sabi ko, hindi na sa akin to. Kasi sa ilang beses na na-cancel yung mga magandang laban na sana na para sa akin. And then yun,
Daddy, you have to share.
Saka papasalamat ako doon kila Buboy talaga na sa Pilipinas ako doon talaga ako naging sila po yun. Doon po ako nakatira sa kanya sa Bicol kung sa bahay niya. Yun po yung tahanan ko.
Coach, tatanong ko lang total napaka-active ng anak mo eh. Balak mo ba turuan yung mga anak mo mag-boxing?
Totoo lang, Direk, ito ngayon tinuturuan ko na to. May mga gloves ko na to. Hindi ko boxingin ko talaga ito. Kasi nandyan yung nanay ko. At saka yung maliit ko, marunong. How to punch, baby. Come on, go. Pasensya na ito. Yun nga. Go outside.
Mga baby Dynamite.
Naalala ko kasi Rica sinabi ni Jade kanina nung bata pa sila pinag-aano na ano.
Ganyan nga.
Kaya nga naalala ko. Anyway, sige, Rica, back to you.
Yes. Ako para sa ating mga champs ulit, ano. Kay Champ Marlon, nandyan ka na sa US, maganda na yung buhay mo. Nung nandito ka sa Pilipinas, ano yung mga frustrations ng isang boxer na nakapagbigay sa'yo ng, kumbaga, lakas ng loob na, sige, punta ako sa malayong lugar para itry yung luck ko.
Yun po, siyempre po, sa hirap din po ng kalagayan dyan. Kaya, yun po yung nag-ano sa akin na kailangan mag-training ako para para mabigyan din ako ng chance na mapunta dito. Tsaka, yun po, sa tulong din po ng mga manager, ganyan, para mabigyan nila ako ng chance. Kaya, so, yun po, kailangan po talagang mag-training tsaka magsikap para makita din naman nila yun na porsigido ka.
Oo. At nakikita naman ng mga coaches mo, Champ, yung dedikasyon. Hindi ba?
Opo. Opo. At saka, po din sa sarili din po kasi na may gusto kang maabot na yung may goal ka talaga sa sarili mo. Yun po. Yun po yung nagbigay sa akin ng motivation para continue po yung training ko kahit na-failed man ako, hindi pa rin ako wala ng pag-asa na ako ulit.
Wow. Pagbangon talaga ito, Champ, no? Ito yung sige, Champ.
Importante din talaga yung isip mo na hindi ka talaga mawawala ng pag-asa. Opo.
Sa puso mo ba ngayon, Champ, pag papasukin namin ang puso mo, ano yung isang goal na nandyan na gusto mong maabot?
Nga po, itong goal na po nga ito na magiging world champion ulit. At saka ito yung malaking hakbang, itong laban na to, ito yung malaking hakbang na magiging world champion ako ulit. Tsaka yun nga, pasalamat din ako sa tulong ng aking mga trainer, sa manager, Coach Lucas at saka ni Coach Ernel na nandyan sila, tinutulungan kami para matupad namin yung mga gusto namin sa larangan ng boxing kasi po hindi po magiging hindi po maging successful kami or kasi kung walang mag-guide na mga trainer katulad nila kasi syempre po alam mo mahirap din po kasi itong boxing talent itong sports na to kasi kailangan talaga ng guide ng mga train. Saka andyan sila, tinutulungan kami. Kaya yung ginagawa po talaga namin ay magsipag lang mag-training kasi para maabot din namin yung pangarap namin na yun nga gold yung world championship po.
Wow. Naku, abangan natin yan, Direk, the next world champion, of course, Nightmare. Ikaw naman, Champ Jade, yun nga, nandyan ka na. And of course, sabi nga ni Champ Marlon, ang gagawin na lang ninyo ay mag-train. And maraming sinabi si Coach Sugar and Coach Ernel about you na yun nga, napaka-promising ng career na hinaharap mo. So sa part mo naman, ano yung ibabalik mo sa mga coaches mo?
Kumbaga, thankful ako kasi pagdating namin dito, may nag-aruga agad sa amin. Yun nga, ang gagawin na lang namin, magsipag sa training, i-push yung sarili namin. Kaya walang ibang dahilan para hindi ibigay kasi ibigay ang todo training, sa lahat ng ginagawa, lalo na sa laro. Kasi nakikita din namin na dedicated din sila dito. Kasi kumbaga marami din silang sinakripisyo para i-focus nila sa amin. Kaya 100% ibigay namin yung makaya namin.
Wow. And kung titignan naman namin ang puso mo ngayon, Champ Jade, ano ang goal na nandyan na gusto mong maabot?
Makabigay ng karangalan sa bayan, saka sa pamilya ko rin, saka sa sarili ko.
Ako.
Yung
Yan,
tagumpay na inasam, yung title.
Yes,
Title
oo.
niya.
Championship din, Nako, mga
Oo.
future world champions, Direk.
Sabi ko kalimutan, ha?
Ha?
Sabi ko, huwag na tayo kalimutan.
Oo, huwag niyo kaming kalimutan. Yes, Direk, ikaw naman. I think you have a question also.
Well, actually, I just have a question kay Marlon. Yung last fight mo kay Eden Sonson na November 2020, nanalo kang TKO. Ano bang mga naalala mo sa fight na pwede ba ikwento sa amin kung anong mga nangyari, mga ganap nung laban na yun?
Opo, yan po, yung naglaban kami ni Eden. Pinaghandaan ko rin po yun. Siyempre, Eden Sunsuna, isang magaling na boksingero din po na Pilipino at saka alam natin yung pusong Pilipino ay palaban talaga. Kaya yan po, nag-iinsayo din po ako doon sa gym ni Boss JC. Tsaka pinaghandaan ko din po talaga yun. Kasi yun din po yung kumbaga laban ko doon sa Pilipinas, sa local, para mapunta ako balik dito. Para mabigyan ulit ng pagkakataon na makapunta dito, na makalaban din ulit dito. Tsaka, opo, yun po. Pinagtrainingan ko, pinaghandaan kasi hindi pa ako nagbo-boxing, Eden Sunsuna na yun eh. Kaya, yan po. Tsaka malakas din at saka magaling yung boksingero niyan. Tsaka doon nga sa laban, natumba ko siya ilang beses pero tumatayo pa rin. Yun nga po. Tsaka yun, nung last na natumba siya, yun, hindi na niya kinaya. So, yun, tumigil na siya. So, yun po, thankful din po ako na nanalo pa rin ako dun sa laban. Yun po, yun.
Kaya pala madali niya napabagsak, Direk, kasi excited na siyang pumuntang US.
May motivation.
Yes, oo. Ako naman, for Coach Sugar, actually we have a question here. Magandang question ito. Who do you think is the greatest Filipino coach ever daw, Coach Sugar?
Debatable yan. Debatable na.
For you kaya? For you.
Na topic. If I will pick, I will just have to base it on facts, not fiction. Fact is, Boboy Fernandez tandem with Manny Pacquiao is unprecedented. I mean, Boboy was never a coach before Manny Pacquiao asked him to become one and his personal trainer. And he learned so fast, and they were very successful for a long, long time. I think that tandem there is undeniably the coaching that Boboy have learned from Manny Pacquiao, from other coaches like Coach Freddy, and the magnitude of success that they have reached puts Boboy Fernandez in that level that is, for me, the greatest amongst all Filipino boxing trainers and coaches.
Wow.
And that's my personal opinion. But then I have an ad-lib. His student in Ernel Fontanilla might achieve something as high. I'm not gonna say higher. If like what he said in Marlon and Jade, and it will be a start of us producing world champions.
Yes.
I would say that Ernel has played at least 50% of that success. Wow. And then the rest of us, the management and everybody around the team, we have Raymond Lautenco assisting us. JC Manangkil, Sean Gibbons, Manny Pacquiao supporting these boxers in Jade Bornea and Marlon Tapales. All of us will probably contribute to the other 50% altogether. But it's gonna be Ernel because, like I told him, you have to sacrifice, be a father, be a husband, and be a provider at the same time, doing a job to make money for the family, and then fit the rigors of boxing, especially the punchman's work. I've been through that for at least 20 years straight, and it's not an easy job. It hurts you. It will challenge your brain and your body to continue, especially towards the fight. You have to be very fast. You have to emulate the opponent's move. It's not an easy job. And Coach Ernel probably will be coming a second close to Boboy Fernandez in the near future. Who knows? You know?
Wow.
Who knows?
Yes. But Coach Sugar, may nakakalimutan ka.
Mm-hmm.
Si Coach Sugar.
Well,
I think hindi ako nag-iisa dito. Kasi Coach Sugar, you have another fan aside from me and Direk Brian. Si Paring B-Vlog is saying that you're one of the most flexible and the smartest Filipino boxing coach ever.
thank you, Paring V-Vlog. I haven't met you yet, but someday we will meet. I don't mind helping anybody in boxing, whether you be an aspiring boxer or aspiring coach, but I will have to be very honest along the way. And if I'm needed, I'm there. If I feel like I'm needed, I'm not gonna be insisting on being there because that is part of the recipe of my success in boxing. I move on to the next available person who needs my help. And I don't care if there's credit or not. To me, I give myself the credit and I feel good helping boxers and coaches because I myself got a lot of help from people like Joe Clau, like Angelo Dandi, like the coaches that I met through the years tremendously helped me. You shoot them a question and you can feel it. When they answer back, they look into your eyes and they tell you, do this, do that, and this might work, this might not work, but just try it. You know, those help is what I'm trying to give back to other people in terms of helping boxers and coaches.
Wow. Just giving back, no, Coach? Everything that
Yes.
Yes.
And never dwell on. In a boxing team, there's so many things to do, right? Direk, just like in your business, there's so many things to do. The fact that you and Rica are now in front of us and we are in front of you, there are other people behind the scene who helped you organize this and do this, right? So when it's time to move on, just like Coach Ernel is very good in the midst, I don't have a business anymore trying to even do that for him or taking his place because you always go to the next person who can do it best. So there are other jobs and other work to do in a boxing team. So I can focus more on the other things to do. And Coach Ernel has that big task in doing the mitts and what kind of skills that we need to practice with Champ Marlon and Champ Jade here. So that's his main task. And, you know, he helps in others too. But to me, I have to move on and do the other things.
Yes. Moving on is the key.
Yes.
Thank you, Coach Sugar. What can you say about that naman, Coach Ernel, na you're being touted as one of the, kumbaga, predecessors of the best boxing coaches in the Philippines? Ano masasabi mo dito?
Alright. You know, I do my best right now na pinagsisikapan ko, ginawa ko ang lahat para a lot of research, you know, nag-aaral ako para pinagsisikapan ko to lahat kasi, you know, nakikita ko yung kung paano ka interesado na nakikita ko yung goal ng mga boksingero natin tulad ni Marlon at Jade. So ito a lot of sacrifice, lahat ginawa ko, lahat ng pwede para ibigay ko sa kanila, ibibigay ko. You know, nasikripisyo lahat ng araw-araw, a lot of changes. This year, nag-iba yung mundo ko dahil dito dumating yung vaccine. So, but hindi ako nagsisisi dahil masaya po ako sa ginagawa ko. So, my family sumusuporta sa akin dito. So, that's a good part na naintindihan ako sa ginagawa ko na kung saan ako pwedeng masaya, saan ako naging masaya. Yun ang naging masaya na rin ako. So I'm happy na magbigay ng magandang instruction or saka naniniwala ako na yung kakayanan ko as a coach na kaya kong ibigay yung mga kasi lahat pinagdaanan ko na, so parang kaya nga kung sabihin mo kung ibalik mo lang ako, hindi imposibleng maging world champion. So bakit? So I wanna share my my knowledge. It's my goal na mapa-champion ko lang sila, may bigay ko lang yung gusto nila in my heart. Then ako na yun, parang ako na yun, nandyan.
Yes,
Yeah,
oo nga.
it's,
You're a champion in your own way.
yeah.
Accomplishment na. Kumbaga.
Yes, oo, correct. Thank you, Coach Ernel. Champ Marlon, kanina sinabi ni Coach Sugar na Senator Manny said that you are, parang naniniwala siya sa kakayanan mo na maging world champion. Meron ka bang aspirations din na maabot yung naabot ni Senator Manny?
Lahat naman po ng boxer parang inaasam na maabot yung mga ganyang level. At saka yun nga, kailangan mag training yung dapat yung dedication mo talagang buo, yung loob mo para sa ganyang mga laban. So, opo.
Pero champ, hindi lang yun hindi lang sa fighting. Paano yung singing career niya?
Marunong akong kumanta. Ewan ko lang, gusto mong marinig.
Ay, nako champ, huwag mo kaming hamunin. Okay, sample.
Ano na lang tayo, move on na lang.
Huwag mo sirain yung show. Hindi mo
pero
show to.
next time, champ, nako, humanda ka. Ngayong alam ko na may talent ka pala sa pagkanta.
Hindi, joke lang yun.
Magaling.
Oo, nako, nakikita ko nga sa Facebook di ba?
Direk Brian, kung sakaling mag-concert si Marlon, pwede mo bang tulungan as a concert director ka?
Yan ka na malulugi.
Naku, mga fans pa lang ni Champ Marlon.
Kami ni Coach Ernel, backup singer na lang kami at saka si Champ Jade.
Pero mabala ko lang sa inyo lahat. Talaga tinutuloy ni Rica yan na ilang beses nagpakanta yan.
Malapit na Champ Marlon. Nandito lang kami para bigyan ka ng plataforma para sa iyong singing career. Pero, yun nga.
Kasi, gusto ko magkanta pero alam mo, nakahati kasi yung oras ko dyan kaya focus na ako sa boxing.
Di bali, makakaintay naman yung pagkanta, hindi ba? Pwede naman.
Siguro, pag retiro ko sa pagbuboxing, yun.
Oo.
Pwede.
Tsaka,
tagal-tagal pa yun.
Correct. Malay natin, magkaroon ka pa ng sarili mong studio, di ba? Oo. Ito naman si Champ Jade, tatahi-tahimik, may YouTube channel ito. Vlogger to, Direk.
Vlogger yan.
Pwede ba mag-adlib?
Please subscribe.
Pwede mag-adlib, Direk?
Oo.
Jade Bornea TV. Please subscribe.
Yun.
Nako, ililink natin yan sa comment section.
Wow.
Yan. Ayos.
Yung
tulong yan.
Facebook page namin ni Champ.
Yun, oo. Syempre naman. Pero ako ito, alam ko maraming nagtatanong din ito Syempre, Champ Marlon, yung career mo, hindi matatawaran yan. 34 wins and only 3 losses. At isa ka sa mga, pag sinabing Filipino world champion, isa ka sa mga one name that comes to mind. Anong nais mong i-prove dito sa IBF fight na parating na ito? November 27 na ito. Unang-una, ano yung nais mong i-prove? Pangalawa, where are you now sa iyong kondisyon sa training?
Bali po sa kondisyon ko ngayon po, siguro yung trainer ko na lang yung magsasagot nun. Pero
Ayun.
sa ano naman, para sa akin naman, nasa saktong kondisyon na ako. Tsaka, yun nga, na-move pa yung laban. Pero nasa tama na talaga yung kondisyon ko. Yung, syempre, yung isip ko, andun na, gusto ko nang lumaban. Tsaka, yun po. Gusto ko lang ma-prove na kaya ko pa pong bumangon sa magiging maabot ko yung tuktok ulit, yung championship level. Opo. Yun po yung gusto kong i-prove at saka sa tulong naman ng yung trainer ko at saka manager ko. Yun. Yun po yung sinabi ko sa kanila na gusto kong i-prove din sa kanila na ano po, kaya ko pa.
Yes, oo naman, definitely. I'm sure Coach Sugar and Coach Ernel believes in you so much. Ikaw naman, Champ Jade, wala pang nakakasang date para sa laban mo. I think may kalaban ka na. Tama ba? Si Muhammad Obadi? Or nagpalit ba yon? Hindi naman.
Opo, yun pa rin. Pero ang sabi, December 16 daw sa Dubai.
Ano namang masasabi mo, Champ? May alam ka ba tungkol dito kay Obadi? Inaral mo na ba yung style niya?
Nakita ko lang yung video sa video, yung mga fight niya. Mabilis siya, magaling din.
Gaano kahanda ngayon, Champ? Ngayon na, syempre may may 2 buwan pa tayo halos. So, nasaan ka sa training mo ngayon?
Kumbaga, hindi ko rin masabi kung ilang percent na kondisyon, pero ginagawa ko pa rin yung alam kong kulang pa, pinupush ko yung sarili ko sa training na alam ko yung magagamit ko talaga sa pagdating sa laban.
And ano yung nais mong patunayan dito sa fight na to?
Manalo. Saka yung magandang laban talaga yun.
At kampante tayo dyan, of course, dahil kay Coach Sugar at kay Coach Ernel, Direk?
Dahil sa tulong nila.
Yes, oo. Direk, you have any more questions?
I'm good na. Okay na ako.
Oo. Ako, I wanna, siguro, just for parting, si Coach Sugar, what can we look forward to in terms of, yun nga, Team Tapales and Team Bornea?
We try to encourage them to train before their fight, train really well. Coach Ernel and I, we will guide them. And because of that, we hope and we are looking forward to a very sensational fight that they will perform and entertain the boxing fans all over the world, not only Filipinos.
Yeah.
Being fundamentally sound and having a lot of stamina and endurance will help them get that insurance that their performance will be awesome. So there's no slacking out every day. They have to do a certain thing. The things that they have to do every day is tremendous. But if they have the will and the desire and the determination, the perseverance, they will achieve. They will achieve that, and that goal will be met during their fight. That they will perform to the abilities that will satisfy boxing fans all over the world.
And of course, Coach Sugar, being one of the best coaches, hindi maiwasan. Would you be open kapag halimbawa imbitahan ka ulit dito to speak to boxers and to motivate boxing coaches and boxing aficionados or boxing wannabes dito sa Pilipinas to give talks or to give seminars?
Yeah, that would be awesome, especially if the pandemic restrictions or protocols are lifted. It really doesn't interest me to go through that hotel quarantine and all the expenses and the time that you will waste. Also, if there are no boxers here that Coach Ernel and I need to attend to, yes, that will be a good idea, and I will surely try to do my best to go there and help boxers and coaches share my knowledge and experiences. We only have so much time in this world. Why not share it before we go, right?
Yes, Coach. And of course, the future looks bright, for boxing, both amateur and professional. You think so, Coach?
Yes. Yes. ABAP under the President Mr. Vargas and Secretary General Ed Picson, they were very positive that soon they will open up the amateur boxing fights in the Philippines. So we're all waiting for that because there are some Filipinos here in the States. I met a couple of them already. They want to participate in the program, and they are qualified because they were born here, but their parents are both Filipinos. So they would like to participate and probably help the Philippines capture that elusive gold medal that we've been trying to seek. We came twice so close to it in those silvers, and now there's even bronze medal too. So that's a big haul. Congratulations to ABAP and the boxers for their performance in the Olympics. But we still want that gold medal in boxing, right, Rica? Direk?
Yeah.
And if we
Definitely.
pull all the good boxers all over the world that are Filipinos, and they sort of compete each other and go to the international events, maybe the best one qualify for the Olympics, that will give us the first gold medal.
Yeah.
If we don't, like Senator Manny Pacquiao was not even admitted into the national pool when he applied for it. He could have been a good contender for the gold medal because he throws a lot of punches. That's the secret in the amateurs. You have 3 rounds, throw a lot of punches, and hope for the win. A knockout might happen, but most of the time in the amateurs, it's always on points because everybody's ready in the Olympics. They're well conditioned mentally and physically, and the number of punches is just what really matters most of the time. So let's make it happen. Hopefully, it opens up in the Philippines for professional and amateur, and we will bring the best boxers there. I heard that if you don't have 15 fights yet, you can still compete back into the amateur even if you're already a professional. So yung may mga boxer dyan na 10 fights pa lang, maybe no losses. If they go back, si Jade hindi na pwede, 16 fights na eh. Hindi siya pwedeng mag-Olympics. But there are other fighters there na nag-pro na because they needed to make some money and they are not part of the national team. So maybe if you incorporate those, I'm not trying to insist on the ABAP to do it, but that's just an idea that can be explored. So we hope that it opens up in the Philippines.
Definitely, Coach. I think that is a good change, diba? That pro thing that you can still fight in the amateurs is a good change, definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you, Coach. And Coach Ernel, ikaw naman, what can we watch out for sa Team Tapales and Team Bornea?
Well, abangan nila yung mga exclusive na mga kakaibang Marlon Tapales and Jade Bornea sa mga darating nila na laban. So, kakaiba. Yun nga ang kakaiba ang Marlon Tapales at Jade Bornea ngayon sa laban na to. So, because we train really, really hard for this fight.
Wow.
A lot of spice. Marlon is really hungry right now. Even tomorrow or next week, he's ready to fight. He's ready to...
Yes. Kitang-kita nga Coach.
Yeah, wala. Kasi nakita ko na confident ako masyado ba kasi ngayon, yung relasyon namin as a boxer and trainer, like, nagko-connect na maganda yung masaya. So, it's a good sign for both boxer and trainer. So, and also good na so Jade, kita naman natin magaling at saka masipag ang dalawang boxingero natin, lahat parehong nagsisipag. So ito yung maabangan natin na magandang laban talaga may papakita nila sa
Thank you, Coach. Yes, and of course, final words na siguro for, I think we took up a lot of time. Pagod na ang ating mga guests. Galing pa sa sparring yan. Nako. Let us start with Champ Marlon. Champ Marlon, final messages natin para sa mga fans mo, to your coaches and the people who support you.
Unang-una po, salamat po sa magandang pagkakataon dito ngayon sa interview nyo, ma'am, sir, at saka sa mga fans po na makakita o manunood, nagsusubaybay sa amin. entayan nyo lang po yung laban namin. Tsaka yun po yung ano na chance po na babangon kami. Tsaka yun po, pati sa mga trainer namin, tsaka manager, salamat po sa binigay niyong mga chance sa amin para ma-prove namin yung sarili namin na ano po, magiging world champion po kami. Kaya pa namin ano sa top ng boxing po. Yun po. Thank you po.
Yun, definitely. At champ ha, yung TikTok mo, doon ka na lang namin abangan muna kumanta. Okay? Set up mo na yan. Ipa-follow ka na namin kaagad, okay?
Ingat.
Nako, makulit ako. Hindi kita papalagpasin. Papakantahin ka namin.
Sino bang nagbanggit kasi nun?
Nako, ikaw yan.
Ikaw!
Nagkamali siguro ako. Ano ba yun?
Pero pag naririnig mo, maganda nga yung timbre ng boses ni Champ Marlon. May bilog.
Yeah, mayroon.
Ayun na, onti na lang.
Konti na lang.
Thank you, Champ Marlon. And
Thank you po.
Champ Jade, ikaw naman, ano naman ang final messages mo sa mga fans, supporters, and of course, your coaches?
Nagpapasalamat ako sa mga fans kasi kung hindi dahil sa kanila, kumbaga, wala rin kami dito kasi sila yung nagbibigay din sa amin inspiration eh. Salamat sa suporta nyo. Sana hindi kayo magsawa magsuporta sa amin mga Pinoy boxers. Lalo na sa trainer namin dito, Coach Ernel and Coach Lucas. Maraming salamat kasi malaking tulong talaga yung binibigay nyo sa amin. Yung mga una-una yun. Lalo na yung sakripisyo nyo.
Hello.
Kasi nakita namin na inuuna talaga kami. Ayun. Kaya big thanks talaga.
Alaga yung pakiramdam, kumbaga.
Oo. Opo.
At hindi kita papalagpasin, Champ Jade. Ikaw din yung YouTube mo.
Oo.
Yun.
Subscribe. Jade Bornea TV.
The next vlogger. Yeah.
Vlogger, yeah.
Artistahin tong mga guests natin, Direk eh.
Oo nga eh.
Diba? Hindi lang magaling, mga magagandang lalaki pa, diba?
Correct.
Wala pang ligo yan.
Yun!
Thank you din sa inyo, ma'am, sir. Thank you sa pagkakataon.
You're welcome. Thank you. And Coach Ernel, final messages po natin.
Maraming salamat, Miss Rica and Direk Brian for having us here. First time namin to, so hindi kami ganong ayaw kami na-express yung sarili namin maging bahagi sa inyong programa. Maraming salamat. So, at saka maraming salamat lalo na sa tiwala ng managers nila at saka sa Sunman team, JC Manangkil at sa bumubuo ng Sunman. So, maraming salamat sa tiwala yung binigay niyo sa akin at kahit hindi naman ako first time kong humawak ngayon ng mga world class, hindi basta-bastang boksingero. So iwan ko, sabi ko kakayanin ko ba to, pero sabi ko I think nung umpisa siguro medyo mahirap. Hanggang ngayon masakit pa yung mga shoulder ko, but I nothing for that. So I do my best, sisikapan ko ang lahat para gawin ng buhay yung goal nila. So, maraming salamat sa inyo. Saka sa Coach Ting at yun, yung hindi sa atin, Coach Ting, kasi kung wala ka, wala tayo dito lahat. So, maraming salamat.
Thank you, Coach Ernel. Parang magkakapatid lang tong sila, Coach Sugar, Coach Ernel, kahit ang ating dalawang champs, talagang bagets na bagets, batang-bata. And of course, Coach Sugar, the man who is the man who made this possible. Team Tapales and Team Bornea. Coach Sugar, any final messages to our viewers and to anybody, to our supporters?
Ito yung part ng program nyo na medyo hindi ko gusto kasi parting words na nga. No? Sabik din kasi kami makausap yung mga taga-Pilipinas na kagaya nyo. Usually, because of this training camp, kami lang nag-uusap, yung team namin, kasama namin minsan si Raymond Lautenco, si Earl Reyes, at iba pa, si Shanyu. Pagpunta namin sa gym, we associate with other Filipinos, di ba? Sila, nandiyan sila, Jerwin Angkahas, and Mark Bagsayo, Jonas Sultan. But so it's a pleasure, and we would like to really thank you, Direk, Brian, and Rica, our host.
Thank you.
Kung pwede kong kumbinsin kayo na it's a big motivation for us, for you to do this. At least meron palang group of media stalwarts in the Philippines na pumapansin din sa amin dito, at nagbibigay ng hope, nagbibigay ng moral support sa mga ginagawa. What I can say to the fans is that most of the boxing fans that listens to programs like this about boxing, they have association with, or they themselves are boxers, or they're associated to boxers. A boxer and a coach should aim for the highest achievement, whether it be in the amateurs, which is going to be the Olympics, or in the professional, which will be a world championship. Aim for that highest goal and sacrifice time, money, and effort. It's very important, time, money, and effort. Because yung talent na binibigay ni God sa atin, boxing or not, kung hindi natin yan trabahuin, hindi rin yan magbubunga, hindi rin yan magiging totoo, hindi rin yan magpapatuloy. Stop na yan dyan. So aim for the highest achievement. And along the way, accept what is for you. What will happen, you have to accept and embrace it and be happy that you have achieved in such a level. Pero aim high, to dream, a small dream or a lesser dream is not acceptable. Dream for the biggest dream, and then work for it and keep working on it, no matter how hard and difficult along the way. And speak up. As a coach, as a boxer, you have to talk. You have to talk about anything under the sun so that you can train every day with no bothering of the mind and soul. You can let go and let out and pour all your effort and energy into achieving your goal. Kung hindi kayo nag-uusap, kung hindi kayo nagsasabi, paano malaman ng isa't isa kung ano yung adjustments na gagawin nila? Diba? So aim high and work for it every day of your life. Even the rest after a training program is part of your training program. You don't rest, how can you train very well tomorrow? You don't nourish yourself. Kung gusto mong kumain ng mga pagkain na hindi naman kailangan ng katawan as an athlete, you will suffer during training. So eat what you need to eat, not what you like and not what you want. So supplements, yes, marami nang proven na supplements dyan. It will cost money. Legal na supplement, yung mga hindi banned substances, never use banned substances because that will not help you. That's why it's banned, because it's not good for you. So spend that money wisely on what you need, not what you like or what you want. Okay, so let's move on every day and achieve our goals in boxing so that the Philippines, what Manny Pacquiao started, can be continued by our fighters, Huwag tayong mawala na sa limelight. Pag wala na si Senator at ayaw nang magboxing, bakit tayo titigil? It's a shame kung hindi natin pagpatuloy yung legacy na iniwan niya. Siya talaga yung nag-ignite sa mga Pilipino para makilala sa buong mundo in terms of boxing and daily life. Kasi he lives a good example to people also in their everyday life. So, hayaan natin yung politics. That's beyond our level, because we are not politicians as sportsmen. The politics side of Senator Pacquiao is also amazing. Let him be. We will see what future brings to him in politics. But as a boxer, as an athlete, as a Filipino, we are so proud of him. He really motivated me. I hope he motivated millions of Filipinos out there to live their life in the most positive way. Help others so that others will continue to help you, and they will also help other people in the future. So it should be like that. Our attitude should be help each other, not pull each other down. We should help each other. Negative talk to a certain point, okay, but you do it too much, it will hurt people. It will hurt you in the long run. It will be a negative situation in the future for you. So negative talk, minimize, minimize. And I thank you again for watching. I thank you again for organizing this. Sabi nyo kanina, if not for me, this would not happen. Well, if not for both of you, because you are the first one who convinced us to go into this. There will be others in the near future. You will watch and see, but it's probably because you have started it with us. Thank you so much, everyone. And we would like to be back, especially after our fighters fight and win. We would like to be back,
That's what I
Thank you
want
so
to
much.
say, Coach Sugar. Since sinabi nyo kanina, you're very happy to talk to us here in the Philippines. We are honored to have you here, and we would want to have you back, definitely. This is just part 1. I'm sure there will be a lot of part 2s, 3s, 4s, of course, because we will be watching your success closely kahit na malayo kayo.
Before I forget, one more
Yes.
thing. Lahat ng nagtiwala sa amin ni Coach Ernel, pinadala ng Sunman Promotion sa amin yung dalawa sa pinakamagagaling nilang boxers.
Yes.
We did not expect this. We cannot even imagine Coach Ernel as asking them, oy, padala nyo sa amin dito si Marlon at si Jade, because
Wow.
even if you know how to coach, there are other coaches out there that also deserve chances like this to train the best fighters. Remember, I told you that's my secret in succeeding. If you get a good boxer, you spend time, you spend money, you spend all your effort, you think and you try to improve. It don't matter if you get credit or not. Then you are able to enjoy the success because it was from here. Your mind and your heart is into it. Thank you, Sunman Promotion. Thank you, Knucklehead Boxing family. They also help and support our fighters. They give equipment and all. Other sponsors like Rapid Help and Bachoyan, Ilonggo Restaurant. So many other people try to help us here. I cannot mention all of them, but thank you so much for your support. Thank you for the trust, and I hope you support and pray for us all the way up to the championships.
Yes, of course. Definitely, Coach Sugar. Thank you so much. Direk Brian, ikaw, final words.
Well, yung talagang bala kong, yung sabihin ko rin, kailangan natin ibalik sila. Parang ang dami pang kwento eh. It's not just about the future, it's about the past.
Yes.
Kumbaga, we had a good glimpse of the things we didn't hear before, especially yung mga boxing history natin, kay Senator Manny.
They all deserve their own,
Yeah.
their own spot. Kasi they have great stories. Diba?
Yes. At yan, kahit si Jade at si Marlon, yung mga, yung sila nagsimula, ganyan. Yung
Oo.
pagkanta ni Marlon, kailangan natin
Aabangan natin yan. Pati acting skills ni Jade.
Oo, yung acting skills, di ba? Marami pa. I'm sure meron ba tayo may Rica something in mind. Anyway, as for me, thank you, Rica, for inviting me. Thank you, Coach Sugar. Thank you, Coach Ernel. Thank you, Champ Jade. Thank you, Champ Marlon. And good luck sa upcoming fights nyo. And I hope that makausap namin kayo ulit. Not just about boxing and about you as a person. Kasi napakasarap pakinggan yung mga kwento nyo eh.
Yes, oo. Ako nga, dami ko pang tanong pero i-reserve natin yan sa susunod. And ako naman, I'm so happy. Thank you also Sir Gary Connolly for making this also possible. And also thank you Coach Sugar, Coach Ernel, Champ Marlon, and Champ Jade. Ako, bilang boxer, nararamdaman ko rin lahat ng nararamdaman ninyo. Kaya kapag may nararamdaman kayong sakit or success, I also feel it. And I'm behind you all the way. I have nothing in my heart but the desire for all of you to succeed. Akong number one na defender ng mga boxers natin. Talagang gusto ko sila yung nasa spotlight, sila yung nabibigyan ng karampatang suporta. Sabi nga ni Coach Sugar kanina, we have all the talent. The Philippines have all the talent, but we all need support and we all need the right opportunity. So thank you sa inyo, our guests, and thank you to all of our viewers. I hope to have you all back here, and we wish Champ Jade and Champ Marlon the best in their upcoming fights, our future world champions. Talagang Pinoy pride. Ito yung totoong Pinoy pride. We have the best coaches and the best boxers here with us. What an opportunity. Thank you to all our viewers. I hope you also all enjoyed this show, and please follow and subscribe to the Baby Dynamite channel, Baby Dynamite Sports, and of course we our daily news online and sports bites, of course, of Direk Brian, our other channel, then also. And of course, Direk Brian will take our picture now para fresh
Yeah.
na tayo.
Oo. Ano. Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Sorry lang. 1, 2, 3. There you go.
Yes. So thank you sa inyong lahat. Thank you also.
you.
Have a good day. Thank you to Knuckleheads sa Pure Sports and Entertainment, Sandman, Rapid Help, MP Promotions, everyone supporting boxing. And have a good day to everyone. Pahinga na po kayo. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am,
po.
sir.
Thank you so much.
Weekend.
For having
Happy
us.
Halloween
So
pala
much
dyan.
po.
Gusto Halloween dyan.
Thank you po.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ingat, ingat.
Ingat po.